really interesting country. And now, we being people that live in the United States. The United States is an awful country. That's a fact. Now, I know people are going to get triggered by that. Little snowflakes that are going to be like, oh, I love America, man. I know America. Goddamn, so to be goddamn America. Right, so go cry. Go write a little fucking whiny little message in the comment section. Go fuck yourself and have a good day. But America is a shit hole country. It's garbage. It's trash. And unless, like, if you can't acknowledge that reality, then you're a fucking moron. Now, a lot of people acknowledge that reality and they propose solutions, also pretty fucking stupid. We're talking about Republicans. You know, the Make America Great Again. What is that? That's America's garbage now, so let's ban the Mexicans or something. Like, what? That's gonna, what? Okay. But again, there's also Republicans who think America is already great. The Hillary Clinton 2016 slogan. Remember, that was funny. The Hillary 2016 slogan, America's already great. And then you've got the Trump 2020 slogan, keep America great. So, in 4 years' time, the same people that said, America's not great, we gotta make it great again. 4 years later? But anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. My point is, we live in a shithole. And so what happens when you live in a shithole is, I was originally going to do these as 3 separate segments, but I got 3 news stories here. They're all pretty much tied together. And I want to make a little bit more of a grand point here. So let's start with this one. Kaylin Gillis. Now, this is from BBC. Sometimes I like reading non-US news when it comes to gun violence because it gives us a little bit more of an objective perspective here. Woman shot dead in New York after friend pulled into wrong driveway. Now, there's a string of these kinds of stories that came out over the last few days. I'm going to be talking about a couple of them, but this is the first one. Woman shot dead after friend pulled into the wrong driveway. Now, I don't know how to drive a car. I've never driven a car, but I've been in cars as other people are driving them, and very frequently people have driven into a driveway for the purpose of turning around. You know, I remember back before the internet was really as much of a thing. I know I didn't get the internet until a little later than most people. But I remember my mom, when my grandma moved, my mom was trying to find her house. And I remember this time where we'd knock on like 5 doors trying to figure out the right one because it was like, you know, a 1526 or 1562 or, you know, that type situation. And we didn't have the internet to, you know, we couldn't call. I don't know. I was young. But my point is, I have been in a scenario multiple times where I've knocked on the door, not knowing if it's the right door, and sometimes it is. You go into the wrong, you know, it happens. Hey, I've done political canvassing where I knock on doors to ask about their fucking candidates, right? So the idea that pulling into a driveway is a death sentence in the United States of America, like, I mean, that's crazy. That is insane. So let's read some of these details here. And again, she was not even driving. Like, she was just like, her friend was driving. She wasn't even driving. So it's Kaylin Gillis was with 3 other people in New York State on Saturday. They accidentally drove into the driveway of Kevin Monahan in the town of Hebron. Police say as the driver was leaving, Mr. Monahan, 65, allegedly opened fire on the vehicle, hitting Miss Gillis. So they drive into the driveway, presumably check their phone. Oh, fuck, this is the wrong house. They start leaving. They start leaving. They're leaving. They're about to move on with their day and go, like, over Auntie fucking shitfuck's house, right? And then this guy's like, I'm gonna kill you! And then starts opening fire, like what? This is a very sad, and again, The woman who was killed wasn't even driving. She was just like, I don't know, she might have been sleeping in the car for all we know. This is a very sad case of some young adults who were looking for a friend's house and ended up in this man's house, who decided to come out with a firearm and discharge it. No, he did not decide to come out with a firearm and discharge it. Okay, that's not what happened. Right? This is what I fucking hate cops, man. They say the dumbest ass shit. Who decided there was no decision. There was no decision. This is a zombie. This is what I talk about. In the United States of America, about 80, maybe 90, depending on how you define it, and I'm willing to debate that, % of people in this country are zombies. They're not actually thinking. They're not making decisions. They're not actively engaging with life. They're just passive observers. They're sleepwalking. They're zombies, right? And so when you have zombies that have a bunch of guns, and all they do is surround themselves with, the liberals are gonna get you. The liberals are gonna get you. Get your guns. Get your guns. The liberals are coming for you. They're coming for you. And he's probably doing fucking drugs. He's probably drunk on meth, whatever the fuck, having like some paranoid fucking meltdown. The liberals are gonna get you. Sees like someone who's like, 30, 40 years younger than him. Must be liberal. Go kill him as they're driving away. They're driving away. They're going in the opposite direction. They're driving the fuck away. Like Jesus Christ. So, and also decided to come out with a firearm and discharge it. Like, why can't cops speak like normal people? This stupid fucking prick came out of their house to murder someone who was driving away from them. It's not that hard. Like, you ever think, why do cops speak like this? And then we have the person decided to exit the domicile and made a decision to bring a firearm that was loaded, and unfortunately decided to discharge the firearm. Like, what the fuck are you saying, bro? Speak English. Like, Jesus Christ. My God. So anyway, that's one. I got a couple. I was gonna make these 3 segments, but I'm just doing one of them. This is gonna be a long one, okay? So just bear with me. Check this one out. Walgreens employee claims self-defense in shooting of pregnant woman. Workers say was caught shoplifting. So I've got news for you. Just real quick, let's get this one out of the way. Shoplifting is good. On the morality scale, shoplifting is a morally good act. People should feel encouraged to shoplift. Now, again, obviously you don't want to get caught. A lot of these corporations and so forth, maybe even they, like Walmart famously, they will track you and they won't even bother doing anything about it unless you hit a certain threshold. So again, understand your thresholds, never hit the same place twice, all that good stuff. But shoplifting, morally good. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on YouTube, I'm not sure. Anyway. With that being said, let's assume, okay, you're a worker, you see someone shoplift. What do? You do nothing. It's not your concern. Are you the CEO of Walgreens, motherfucker? Are you working in the treasury department of motherfucking Walgreens? Are you cutting the checks? Who the fuck cares? You're a random fucking person stocking shelves in a pharmacy that like -6 people walk into on a daily basis. Who the fuck gives a fuck if someone is fucking shoplifting at motherfucking Walgreens? Can I fucking, like, what the fuck? Talk about mental illnesses. Someone giving a shit if someone's fucking shoplifting at Walgreens. Jesus motherfucking Christ. Now, again, this is an American story where a pregnant person is shot for maybe shoplifting. Now, this one is interesting in the headline here because now, again, on this show, I love to do media criticism. I love to train people in media literacy, and this is one of those like weird ones. Okay, Walgreens employee singular claims self-defense in shooting of pregnant woman. Workers plural say was caught shoplifting. You see what's going on here? So it starts off employee, now workers. Now, there's multiple options. One, I don't know, they asked one other worker and they were like, well, I don't. Or two, the workers or whatever, his coworkers, his friends maybe are backing him up. Saying, yeah, that
pregnant bitch deserved it. She was shoplifting. She was getting those goddamn supplements, you know, goddamn.
What are they, like? Jesus Christ. All right, but let's keep going. 7 months pregnant, was shot by a Walgreens employee in Nashville, Tennessee this week after he suspected she had stolen cosmetics from the store's pharmacy, police said. Now she and her newborn baby remain hospitalized after undergoing an emergency C-section. Now, note, we don't even actually know if she was shoplifting yet. That has not been verified, okay? That has not been verified. We have seen words like suspected, right? And say, workers say, suspected and say. Now, again, I know this is innocent until proven guilty, so they're pretty much always going to use this kind of language. But, now again, let's assume she was shoplifting. Who fucking cares? Really? You're going to be a child murderer? Talk about late-term abortions, man. My God, right? Jesus. Who's out there actually doing late-term abortions? Motherfucking gun freaks, okay? Anyway. Over fucking shoplifting. But it's America. This is what is a uniquely American disease. Is killing people for the sake of other people's shit. Does anyone remember Kyle Rittenhouse? Remember that whole fucking saga? Republicans are willing to kill people, murder their fellow human beings, to defend other people's shit. Now, again, they're not a security officer. It's not like they're getting paid to do this. It's not like, oh, we're going to kill someone who is shot. Now, again, this person is not dead yet, but if you shoot someone, your goal is to kill them. It doesn't matter. Where you shoot doesn't matter, right? Your goal is to kill them. The intent is there to kill them if you shoot someone. Now, it's not like Walgreens CEO is going to go like, you know, oh, hey, I saw you killed that pregnant woman who stole a fucking, you know, lipstick. Good job. Here's $20. Like, I mean, like, seriously, America, think of another country where average, not like soldiers in the military, not like, we're talking about average, everyday citizens think it's virtuous to murder fellow humans over random other people's property who aren't even involved. I'm talking about, it's Kyle Rittenhouse syndrome. Like, what did Kyle Rittenhouse do? He drove to a city he doesn't live in to defend property he has no stake in, ended up murdering 2 people. This Walgreens employee tries to murder 2 people over like cosmetics. Like, it's America. Now again, this is what I talk about. This is a shit hole country. The people that live here are garbage. Now again, that doesn't mean every single, it's not a 100% case here. I'd say 80 to 90% of people in the US, you could throw them in a garbage can and the world would be a better place. Now, I'm not saying that in the sense that I want them to. I'm not advocating for a genocide. I'm just saying these people are fucking useless fucking garbage. We're talking about Republicans. We're talking about the people that do this fucking shit. We're talking about, like, the gun freaks that bring their guns to work at Walgreens. Like, you know, like, what the fuck? What are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here? Materius Boyd, 21, claims he fired his semi-automatic weapon in self-defense because he was in fear. Because he didn't know if Ferguson and another woman she was with were armed. Okay. So imagine this. You're walking into fucking Walgreens or wherever you're employed. And it's totally normal to bring your semi-automatic. Now, is this a rifle? Is this like a pistol? A semi-automatic pistol? I mean, that's, you know, I mean, look, what kind of gun? It's a semi-automatic. They're just walking into, I'm imagining it's like an AR-15 just for my own entertainment. Like, they're walking into Walgreens with a fucking machine gun strapped on their back, like a normal person. That's what normal people do, well-adjusted members of society. Oh, shit, a pregnant woman. Well, obviously, that's not a baby. She's armed. She's got, like, a fucking nuclear, like, a fucking hydrogen-powered bomb, like, under her shirt. That's not a pregnancy. Let's shoot the bitch. I'm just like, what? Like, it's crazy. Another employee told Boyd 2 women were allegedly shoplifting cosmetics from the store. Police said he began recording the women on his cell phone. Don't they have cameras at Walgreens? Don't they have like a store-wide camera like on the ceiling and shit that tracks you around? But hey, okay, whatever. As they placed items in a shopping cart in a large shoulder bag. I'd like to see this video. Police said, and he later followed the women to the car in the parking lot as they began to place items into the car's trunk. So this guy who brought his fucking rifle to work, whatever it is, walks out into the parking lot and kills people for no reason, or attempts to kill people. He approached the rear of the car. One of the women pulled out a can of mace and sprayed as Boyd started shooting, according to police. Now, again, got news for you. If this happens, record the license plate and report them to the... Now, again, I'm saying ignore it because it's not your problem. But if you are a fucking loser and you love sucking the dick of Walgreens for some fucking reason because you're a goddamn loser, you're a cuck, you're a beta, you're a fucking soulless leech, you're a cocksucker, you're a cockroach, you're a fucking loser, you have no friends, you will never amount to anything, you're a fucking loser, you worship Walgreens, really? Call the cops, report the plates. That's all you need to do. You don't need to walk into the parking lot, threaten them, and shoot them. And again, rightfully, this is what you should do. If you are a woman and some creep is following you, yes, mace is appropriate. I'd say even this, if the woman had a gun and shot this creep freak, that would be appropriate. I mean, let's be honest. Who would you rather get shot in this situation? The guy who is going out of his way to kill people in the name of Walgreens, in the name of makeup at Walgreens, or some woman who's just trying to get some makeup and she's 7 months pregnant? Who is more worthy of being alive on this planet? Right? But hey, it's America. The Nashville district attorney will determine whether Boyd will face charges. This is one of those great countries where it's like we can have someone who admits to murdering someone, right? And then the DA will be like, well, what are you gonna do? I mean, hey. Like, this guy is like, all right, hi, cops. Yes, I killed this person. I shot them for no reason. What would you like to do about it? The DA is like, well, oh boy, gosh. I mean, wow. Oh, he said he killed the person on purpose? Oh, wow, shoot. I don't really know what to do about this whole situation. Like, what? Boyd is no longer employed at Walgreens, the company said in a statement. Oh, really? So it turns out this guy killed a mother. Now, again, I'm using this term kill. I'm using the term murder because that's the intent. You shoot a gun at someone, your goal is to murder them. If you think that they're going to survive by some act of God or something, that's called schizophrenia. You have a mental illness. Now, of course, not everyone that gets shot actually ends up dying. But when you shoot someone, the percentage chance that they will die is so high that anytime you point the weapon at someone and press the trigger, it is intent to murder. That is why I'm using this term. Now, again, as of this moment, the mother and the child are in like a critical care situation, so it's possible they'll make it, it's possible they'll die. But again, as far as this guy was concerned, he has intent to murder. He pointed his gun and shot with the goal of killing people. And if that wasn't his goal, he is mentally ill and needs to be in a straitjacket. Because if you have a gun and you point a gun at someone and your goal is not to kill them, you should not be around guns. That's not how you practice gun safety. I mean, I don't even know what to say. But also, again, I mean, let's just say you point the gun at them with the safety on. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, wouldn't getting a gun pointed at you, like, scare the shit out of you? Like I don't even, like, I'm serious. Like, these people are so fucking stupid. I mean, again. But wait, you think I know? I said I had 3 stories here. This is just turning into like one of those like downfall of America segments that I do like every day. But this one is crazy. I mean, if these 2 are really making you rethink this whole "ooh, let's move our family to America" thing, which, by the way, right? I got another one for you. What we know about the case of Ralph Yarl, the black teen shot after ringing the wrong doorbell. I know. You can find all kinds of these stories almost every day in the United States. I took a long weekend, so they had a chance to pile up. So we had someone shot for doing a U-turn in a driveway, killed, for being in the passenger while someone else was doing a U-turn in a driveway. Someone else in the hospital, critical care, because they had the audacity to steal lipstick or whatever it was. And then now we have a teenager shot for ringing a doorbell. Yo, I mean, it's America. And again, this is funny to me. And I'm just going to say this. I know this is going to be shock and awe. This is funny to me. Because if I actually read the news like this and were genuinely outraged by it in some way, I would be way more depressed than I am. So this is funny to me. As a coping mechanism, it's funny because I recognize America will never change. The people that live in this country, similarly to me, are so jaded that we will never do anything about it. You, listening to this, you will never do anything about it. Now, I'm not saying that to make you feel bad. I'm just saying that's the way it is. It's called an observation of reality. We all see this every day, and we will do nothing about it. But think about this. Before I get into the story, just, again, what would America need to do? Imagine in your head, what would America need to do to stop gun violence? Now, remind yourself that 80%, 84% of Americans refused a free vaccine for no reason. There's a vaccine for a deadly disease. It's free, it's safe and effective. 84% of the country ignored it and refused it. Most of the country doesn't wear a mask during a deadly pandemic. Now imagine those same toddlers that are too whiny and too stupid and dumb to wear a mask during an airborne viral disease pandemic. They're going to do what needs to be done to stop gun violence? You really believe that? I mean, hey, I used to be like you. I used to think America would do something about something. I don't believe that anymore. It's called living in America. Americans that are too fucking stupid and lazy to wear a mask during an airborne disease, they're going to do a mass uprising to end gun violence? No. They're going to vote for politicians that end gun violence? No. They're not going to do any of that. They're not going to do any of that. This is who we are. If you live in the U.S., this is who you are. I don't know what to say. So don't fucking walk around standing tall. Look how great I am. I'm against gun violence. Because you're not. None of us are. Because if we were, we would do something about it. Now, again, if you've actually lost someone to gun violence, right? Your kid got killed at Sandy Hook or whatever, you can just take the rest of your life off. Put your fucking feet up on the couch, on the recliner, eat some motherfucking Ben and Jerry's, and try your best to fucking recover with the fucking tragedy you've got. Now, again, a lot of these people, they use this tragedy to spur into action. The action never actually does anything. But I'm just saying this much. Outside of people directly affected by this, what's the rest of our excuse? Think about it. About half of people in the U.S. know someone who's been shot. According to polls, about half. And we're still not doing anything about it because we don't care. We don't care. That's the thing. We don't care. So next time you fucking cry and whine, oh, another innocent child got killed, oh, whatever. Remember this. No one cares. people that are pretending to care don't actually care. This is America. So anyway, I don't want to be too much of a depressing doomer. I'm sorry, but I don't know, man. That's the only way I can cope with this fucking shit. But a black teenager who was shot by a homeowner. Yeah, you always like, what? A homeowner? Like, a homeowner? How come in door number 1 we got black teenager, door number 2 we got homeowner? Homeowner? Really? What is this? Why? How come? I'm assuming the black teenager has a cell phone. Why don't we call them a phone owner? Like, what is? Why is it black teenager and homeowner? Why is this the terminology that we're being subjected to here? After ringing the wrong doorbell, is recovering, and charges were filed Monday afternoon against a white man. Oh, now we find out that he's a white man. As calls for justice intensified in Kansas City, Missouri. Ralph Paul Yarl, 16. By the way, that's a cool-ass name. Ralph Paul Yarl. I hope this guy survives just to have a cool-ass name. Was shot just before 10 p.m. Thursday when he went to pick up his younger twin brothers from a friend's home. But Yarl went to 115th Street instead of 115th Terrace. And as we know, in America, a typo is a death sentence. As we know, in the United States, if you forget to dot your I, sorry, you are going to the hospital, because that is what we deal with in America. Oh, that's what we're dealing with. Oh, you went to the wrong street. Sorry. Your life is over. Your life is over. Your life is over. Because a homeowner. Fucking homeowner. Like, yo, who wrote this article, man? Who wrote this fucking article? Do we have an author? Okay, we have Sophia Sami Ali. Yo, who is out here thinking, what word can I use to describe the fucking guy who shot and tried to kill a black teenager? Oh, I know. Homeowner. Yeah, that sums it up. He's a homeowner. Alright, I'm sorry. Well, not for long. I mean, it looks like this lawsuit's probably not going to go so well. So he's not going to be a homeowner for long. Okay. Whoever was inside took a little longer than he anticipated to respond, so he just waited at the door. Merritt told NBC News on Monday, citing a formal statement Yarl gave to law enforcement investigators from his hospital bed Friday. Yo, Americans are so fucking nuts. Americans are so fucking crazy that someone will see a black teenager and think, oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Let's go get the guns. A child who just happens to be black, is waiting at my doorstep. What could it be? Oh, I know. They're going to execute me and my family imminently. Honey, go get the fucking assault rifle. Like, imagine. Like, I'm just serious. Imagine this. Like, imagine you look through the fucking, like, little glass in their fucking door, whatever it is. You look through the window. You're a homeowner, man. Like, you got windows, you got a door. You look through the little thing, you see a black kid standing, waiting for you to answer the door. And your first thought is, let me go get my gun and kill this motherfucker. Like, I'm serious, man. Like, what the fuck? Like, I can't even, like, I'm just like how? A child is outside of my house. Surely they're here to murder me and kill me. So, and my family. And probably rape my entire family and kill them. And then rape them again and then kill them. And then go and look at my family photo album and track down my whole family and rape and kill them. Clearly, right? That's the only option. So, honey, Betsy, go get the shotgun. We're going to kill this guy. Like, I'm trying to fucking figure this out here. Like, what was this homeowner thinking? Does anyone know what this homeowner was thinking? Let's keep going. Jesus fuck. He heard rustling around going on in the house, and then finally the door was open, and he was confronted by a man who told him, "Don't come back around here." And then he immediately fired his weapon. Like, that's your one-liner? What are you, fucking Sylvester Stallone? What are you, fucking goddamn Clint Eastwood? But, like, is that the best you got? Your action movie one-liner? Don't come back around here! Like, what the fuck? Who are these people? Who are these people? Like, I'm serious here. Like, what the fuck? Like, how does... And we let these people have guns? Think about the U.S. A lot of people love to say this. The U.S. has the most guns in the world. We have more guns than people. It's true. But you know what else we have? The highest percentage statistic in the world? Mentally unstable fucking nuts. That's what we got in this country. We got the most guns in the world and the most crazy people in the world. Like, I'm serious. Like, I know this is hilarious to me, and I'm sorry. So this homeowner sees a kid knock on the door, and their first thought is, Betsy, go get the gun. They open the door. Don't come back around here. Like, who says that? Who fucking says that? I'm serious. Like, it's insane. I don't know what else to say. Like, this is a fucked up country. Okay. The teen was shot in the head, which this guy was shot in the head and is still fucking alive. I mean, that talk about resiliency. Which cracked his skull and left him with a critical traumatic brain injury, Merritt said. While the teenager was still on the ground, the homeowner opened fire a second time, striking Earl in the upper arm. Yo, this fucking shit, man. I'm going to lose my shit if I read this fucking word one more time. If I read the word homeowner one more time, I'm going to march on down to NBCnews.com headquarters and figure out what the fuck is going on. Okay. Possible synonyms to explore. The psychopath. Escape convict. Guy who should probably be in a straitjacket. These are all words you can use instead of homeowner. Think about it. The guy who should be in a straitjacket opened fire a second time. Sounds natural, doesn't it? Sounds a lot more natural than the homeowner. Like, is this stuff we use in casual conversation? Do you think fucking people that work at NBC News are going like, yeah, I went over to my friend's house the other day. You know, they're a homeowner. Like, what? Like, who the fuck says this shit? Homeowner. Look at that. Oh, yeah. And then approximately 6 minutes later, the homeowner opened for the homeowner. You know? Okay. So this kid was shot in the head and shot in the arm while on the ground. Somehow still alive. Like, how the fuck did this homeowner not kill him right there and then? Jarl went to 3 houses before someone finally helped him. His aunt. So this guy, this kid, was shot in the fucking head. While they're on the ground bleeding to death, they were shot in the arm. Well, this guy is using like fucking like wild western fucking one-liner. Don't come back around here. Watching this child bleed to death, this kid, hero by the way, gets up. 3 houses. 3 houses. Now, it's possible the first 2, no one's home. But imagine a world where those other 2 homeowners are looking through the peephole or whatever, and they see this bleeding to death child, and they're going like, let's not deal with this one. Like, now, again, it's totally possible the first 2 houses, no one was home, no one's up. But I'm just thinking to myself, what the fuck? Jesus. That's crazy shit. Late Monday afternoon, Andrew Lester, 85, who is white? Is this the homeowner? Is this the homeowner? We finally get a name for this homeowner? Like, this poor child's name is in the fucking headline. In the fucking headline, we know this poor child's name. And all we have until like fucking 8 paragraphs in, 20 paragraphs in is homeowner this, homeowner that, homeowner, a homeowner, a homeowner, a very concerned homeowner, a homeowner, a homeowner. Now, is this his name, Andrew Lester? We finally get the fucking name? Jesus Christ. Jesus. I thought his name was Home J Owner. That's what it sounded like to me. I mean, the way they talk about this guy, Jesus Christ. Well, no, it's Andrew Lester. God damn. Fucking stand your ground law. You know, we live in such a stupid country where the people ostensibly that are in positions of authority have to tell us, well, we don't, this is like the DA doesn't know if they're going to charge the Walgreens guy. Well, I don't really know. The police chief, here's a story. Oh, some guy shot a kid in the head and then shot them on the ground as they were bleeding to death. I don't really know if we can press charges. Oh, did you hear that story about the homeowner shooting a kid in the head? Stand your ground. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. So you can read the rest of this. Little is known about Lester. Phone calls to the address where Jarl was shot went unanswered on Monday. Police have not yet said what time the suspect was taken into custody. Blah, blah, blah. Under Missouri law, a vast majority of felony suspects are released after 24 hours, but many are rearrested once enough edge. Blah, blah, blah. So, cool stuff. Anyway, so I just wanted to share this with you. In summary, the United States is a garbage country. No one gives a fuck about gun violence. No one. No one. I don't know. Like, okay, so I'm 26, right? So I'm imagining, like, you know, people that are 80, 90, 60, I don't know what y'all are thinking. Maybe 40, 50, I don't know. But I imagine worlds at this current moment in my youth in a 10-year, 20-year, 30-year time span. I'm thinking, like, what's the world going to be like in 30 years? I'm going to be 50 fucking something years old. What's the world going to be like? And then I'm thinking to myself, well, the world's pretty bad as it is. That's the first data point. It's really bad. We can extrapolate based on 5 years ago. Now, was it better 5 years ago? Hard to say. I'm going to say yes. And I'm willing to debate it. I'm willing to be convinced otherwise. But I'm going to say yes, it was better 5 years ago. So I think about this. How heavily are we decelerating, or rather accelerating the downfall? Right? Is anyone going to do anything about it? I believe no. So we're getting worse, and it's getting worse how much we're getting worse. No one is going to do anything about it. What is the end here? Where does this whole story end? I don't know. I really don't know. But anyway, this is a news show, so there you go, folks. It's a death sentence to ring doorbells. It's a death sentence to drive into a driveway and then turn around. And it is a death sentence to steal some makeup. And that is the United States. And no one cares. I mean, like, again, I don't want to be too flippant. I don't want to seem like, I'm above it all or anything. But obviously, people care in a cognitive, logical fashion. But I am a person who firmly believes that actions speak louder than words, and actions express priorities. So when you say, man, I really shouldn't have that donut, man, I really shouldn't have that donut, donuts are bad for me, and then you pick up the donut, what am I supposed to think? That's America on guns. Constantly say, guns are bad, gun violence is bad, we need gun control, and then they don't do anything. So, I don't know, man. But anyway, subscribe, like, and follow me on America.